Okay, I want to show you that the supers that I make for my National, I make them from plywood and softwood. So the plywood is from an 8x4 sheet of 18mm ply. You can, well, I plank it, so it's the width of the National, which is 5 and 7/8, and then the internal is 4 and 7/8. So you have a 1/2 inch just here and a 1/2 inch inset. So a 17-inch frame can fit inside, and there's a gap either side to be able to move them around. Okay. Why do I make them out of plywood? For starters, my beehives are inside, so I don't have to worry about the weather. But this is external grade hardwood ply, nice and strong, but if treated, should last quite a number of years. How would you treat these hives? Well, I know what I do. I put a bit of fencing paint on the outside, so it's water-based, and then I put a layer of oil on there. And if you want to know what the oil I use, go and find my recipe. I put it up there on the website, on the YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, and you'll find it. And I use the one I make because it doesn't contain any fungicide or anything like that that will hurt the bees. I get, out of an 8x4 sheet, I can make 10 supers. Okay, so what's that going to cost me? Well, in plywood terms, that's under £4 a super. Under £4 a super. It's cheap, easy. So seal all up, seal the edges. Please note, I do not make joints on my supers. I know how to make joints. I know when not to as well. And when not to is when I'm making supers. There is no need for the joint here. Modern glues are strong enough to hold wood together, so you'd have to tear it apart. I use a brad nail, a long brad nail down here, to hold all those parts together. I put the bars in first, and then I put the ends in, and I use a shorter brad nail to hold those in there. And it's a nice clean joint. I put these two in first, then I put that in. You'll note that I don't put the chamfer on the edge of the wood that's in design for the National. I don't find there's a need for it because they're indoors. But I've put you can easily cut a little chamfer on there, so-called rain chamfer. Doesn't make any damn difference, but you know, I do it because I don't have to bother about which one I'm using for which top or bottom. The only problem is when you come to try and use it, you've got to make certain you have the chamfered edge. Oh, that's the other thing. I put a chamfered edge on my ply just here. I don't use any of that rubbish edging strips that they try and sell you. No need. Just put a 10-degree edge on there. Absolutely perfect. It makes it easier to clean out propolis and any wax that the bees put around. I don't put any channeling down the side there. Again, absolutely no need. It's just a place for wax moths to get into. This is a tidy, easy to make, quick super. Like I said, you can get 10 out of an 8x4 sheet. I get my large here and for the end bars from my friend at there we go, Coidacardi. If you want to know where to go, you can also get from him some nice planks of Western red cedar if you want to make Western red cedar ones. All right, nice big plank of that one areas like that. Right, if you have one sheet of ply, you can make 5 supers and you can make 2 brood boxes and a bit of a floor or a bit of a roof. You have a bit of spare. Now, over here, I've got a stack of wood ready to be put together. I've cut all that from one plywood sheet, 18mm ply. and a strip from another one. So it's not all one sheet. So one sheet and a little bit. This is 10 half brood boxes. I'll be using for nuke boxes. I will paint them up with a nice fencing type paint. You can buy it from any DIY place. And then I'll put an oil on the outside of this to preserve it. And I regularly oil my hives. Okay? People, regularly oil your hives to protect them. A lot of people just do it once, leave it outside, and it just looks terrible. Western red cedar needs oil. Okay? Needs protecting. Anyway, that's the end of the lecture. Thank you for watching.